Previously on Power Reviews.
You were sent by Hexagon to infiltrate Alphabet Soup, which crossed over into our world through an unstable interdimensional rift.
The transdimensional tear from the hallway.
It's morphin' time.
Phantom Ranger.
Alphabet Soup is back in town.
I still can't believe you're going back there.
To authorize an immediate retrieval team for Subject K Gamma.
Monitoring Guy right now. I think we have another tear.
So I'll teleport in and out before anyone even knows I was there.
Not this place. No one gets in or out of there without clearance. I have a strategy. I'm going to need help.
So, what's the plan?
And now, Database Rangers Power Review.
Greetings, Ranger fans, and welcome to Pizza Night.
So what's the plan?
Pizza and TV. Keeping things simple. You can hang your coat up over there.
Oh, thank you.
Have a seat. Pizza should be ready soon.
Ah, yes, of course. I didn't know you cooked.
Well, that's the point of having a guys' night. To get to know each other better.
Exactly. And I must say, this was a great idea. Fantastic, marvelous, very inspired. Did you know not one agent has ever invited me to their home before?
I can't imagine why.
It's like they don't even want to acknowledge we scientists exist outside of work. It's always, unlock the secrets of this universe, break the will of that person. Nobody ever wants to just sit and chat.
Well, trust me. I'm more than happy to listen to anything that you have to say.
Well, in that case...
Hold that thought.
Oh, okay.
Dinner is served.
Ooh, are those bananas?
Picked up the recipe a long time ago. Please, help yourself.
Mmm, this is delicious.
So, you like it?
Oh, absolutely. Has a nice little kick to the aftertaste I can't quite put my finger on.
But you're still feeling perfectly fine?
Oh, yes. Is there a reason I shouldn't?
No, of course not. Let's turn on the TV. And you just keep eating that pizza.
Mmm, delightful. So what are we watching?
Well, as you may have been informed, in this universe, the Power Rangers only exist on television.
Oh yes! And in so many varieties! I've collected some of the merchandise for my... experiments.
Right. Recently, I've taken to analyzing the series for intelligence purposes.
How fascinating! Is that what we'll be doing?
Yes. Tonight, we'll be taking a look at Episode 6 of Power Rangers Super Megaforce, Spirit of the Tiger. This installment commences with a trip to the local zoo.
Oh look, a giraffe! Did you know that the Giraffa camelopardalis is the tallest of all living terrestrial mammals and the largest of the ruminants? And that its antler-like protuberances are actually called ossicones?
No, I did not know that. That's fascinating. The unmorphed Rangers are drawn away by a gathering crowd. Apparently, the sight of someone raking leaves in a tiger den counts as a major tourist attraction. Riveting.
This guy's crazy. I mean, look, it's like he's one with the tiger.
I guess he has just been working there a long time and the tigers got used to him.
So with that mystery solved, the teens resume their tour of the zoo, with the Blue Ranger relaying fun facts the whole time.
Do you guys know what a rhino's horn is made of?
Oh, hair! It's hair!
Tiny little hairs clumped together that grow all the time.
Told you.
Did you know tigers are the only cat that love water?
They can swim up to 6 miles.
Tigers are also the biggest species in the cat family. Even bigger than a lion.
Got that right. Did you know that cheetahs can run up to 70 miles per hour?
Did you know a great white shark can smell blood a mile away?
Why don't you two get a room already?
What?
What? Oh, look! Pizza!
During this, the Pink Ranger has been covertly photographing the cool-headed zookeeper from before, with the Yellow Ranger taking note of the oddly familiar logo on his jacket. Meanwhile, aboard the alien Armada warship, and yes, this show has one of those,
I like the horsies.
cyborg warrior Argus introduces their newest commander, Pacha Chamek,
Pacha backpack?
who is apparently undefeated in hand-to-hand combat. Then again, when it comes to monsters, being undefeated simply means you haven't been blown up yet. So I'm not sure how impressive that really is. At the high school, the Black Ranger meets with the Pink Ranger at her locker, hoping to actually meet with her best friend, the Yellow Ranger.
I'm gonna meet her at Ernie's. Wanna come?
Yeah. I mean, definitely.
Smooth. Along the way, they pass a martial arts class in the park, where she guilts him into carrying her book bag and they bond over their mutual admiration.
She likes books. She's very smart.
Yeah, I meant she's also very strong.
She's both.
I'm very curious to see where this is going.
This show is targeted at children. Whatever you're thinking, I'm sure it's not that. He attempts to gather intel on his target,
Do I really have a chance with her?
but she quickly changes the subject upon spotting the mysterious zookeeper from earlier, who is apparently fascinating.
Oh yeah, that was some cool stuff you did at the zoo.
He used a rake.
I'm Jake, and this is Emma. Casey.
Wait. Kung Fu master with a heavy emphasis on animal spirits, specifically the tiger? Something about this man seems very familiar.
Maybe he'd like some of this pizza. It's so good.
He can't hear you.
Would you like some pizza?
They're called away to action by the arrival of Pacha Chamek, arriving on the scene with the rest of the Rangers before powering up from Megaforce to Super Megaforce mode. They praise their blasters and sabers as they dispose of the X-Borgs, but soon find themselves at a disadvantage when the monster steals their weapons and attacks using its giant magnetic hand-shoulder things.
Ooh, I wonder if we have any of those in development right now.
So, while the Green and Pink Rangers are incapacitated...
Wait, I thought he was the Black Ranger before? Why did he change color?
I understand that there's a simple explanation for that.
Ah, okay.
The other Rangers activate their legendary modes and transform into the Power Rangers Wild Force, driving off the monsters with their fierce claw attacks. Despite this, their leader is still highly disappointed.
We let go of our weapons. A ranger must never let go of his weapons. Ever.
Inspired by these stirring words of wisdom, the Black and Pink Megaforce Rangers return to the zoo to seek out the Kung Fu master of unarmed fighting from earlier.
We want to become your students.
Yeah.
What?
We think it's cool.
Smooth.
He should totally be a spy.
Regardless, after seeing how easily he is able to manipulate them into violating safety regulations to join him inside the Tiger Den, he agrees to train them in the art of unarmed combat.
Meet me at the park tomorrow at dawn. By the way, the tigers got fed half an hour ago. You guys are safe.
Now I'm hungry. I wish I had some pizza.
You're holding a slice in your hand right now.
What? Wow. He really is a Kung Fu master.
They arrive at the park at some time considerably after dawn, and commence their training by swinging their arms around until their new master is able to determine their personal animal spirits.
Fierce and strong. You have the spirit of the snake, brave and resilient. You have the spirit of the phoenix. I'm a Paishwa master. I see not only who you are, but also what you have inside.
Pai Shua Master.
Pie sounds great.
You've taught us that, like tigers, bare hands can be as mighty as any weapon out there.
Oh, did I miss the training part?
No, I think they did. Meanwhile, the Yellow Ranger discovers that the Blue Ranger has been up all night researching Ranger powers and fallen asleep in the school computer lab.
I know what that's like. That's why the sleeve of my lab coat has an inflatable pillow. Oh, that reminds me. Do you want to guess what's flammable?
Maybe later. Putting aside the unasked questions of why he couldn't have just done his research at home, or how no one had noticed him sleeping in the school, the Blue Ranger tries to explain what he has found out regarding their weapons, but the newly arrived Red Ranger is clearly not interested.
Stop it. I told you, a Ranger never lets go of his weapon. Next time, we just won't let go. That's all there is to it.
Good job thinking outside the box there. But, before heading off to class, the Yellow Ranger recognizes the jacket logo from earlier, and the two read up on the Order of the Claw, while the Pink and Black Rangers skip class to spar, until they are suddenly empowered by what looks to be a cross between static electricity and pocket lint.
You've done it! You've tapped into your animal spirits.
What are you doing?
I'm tapping into my animal spirit!
Please, stop. Meanwhile, Levira has provided new upgrades to...
Knick-knack, paddywhack!
whatever. This apparently allows him to destroy entire buildings, so naturally the Red, Blue, and Yellow Rangers arrive to put an end to this. And when Pachachamek attempts to steal their weapons again, they refuse to let go, and... that actually worked out considerably better than I expected. Unfortunately, their new strategy fails to account for the monster's newfound penchant for Energy Blast, and they are forced to call upon their teammates for help.
Aren't you gonna answer those morphers?
What?
I'm the Jungle Fury Red Ranger.
Of course. The Order of the Claw. The Tiger. I should have known.
Friend of yours?
Of course not. Finish your pizza.
Okay.
After a few quick clips to recap his identity, the former Red Ranger ushers his students off to join their friends and implement their new training. This actually works out considerably worse than one would expect.
You think it's our weapons that make us strong? No! It's the spirit inside us!
And by spirit, I assume that he is referring to their virtually limitless arsenal of legendary powers.
Jungle Beast, Spirit Unleashed!
Calling on the animal spirits of the Jungle Fury Rangers, rather than their own, the Super Mega Rangers combine their powers together for a claw booster attack, before destroying the monster with a Super Mega Final Strike. Pachachamek is resurrected via Maximizer, leading the Rangers to summon their legendary Megazord. But, when their Starburst attack fails, they once again opt for a weaponless strategy, which, of course, adds a new finisher to their arsenal in the form of the Jungle Fury Final Strike.
Boom! I like it when they go boom.
Please sit up.
I'm okay!
The battle won, they return to the zoo to reconnect with the Jungle Fury Red Ranger, only to discover...
There's never been any Casey that's worked here.
Ooh!
Despite this, the Red Ranger reaffirms his faith in all of them, and the mysterious Casey bows to his students from a small gazebo, distracting them from whatever the lesson of the day is before vanishing into thin air. And that's the end of our episode. So, what did you think of it? Well?
Was that a ghost?
What?
That was a ghost, wasn't it? I told them ghosts were real! It was disappearing and reappearing and flying through the hallways, and everyone was all like, "No, Dr. C, you've been experimenting too much with the flammaderbapan." And I was all, "No! It was flying around and it was like, shoo! Shoo! Shoo!"
I can't believe he ate the whole thing.
Kay and I were watching the feed from the Squee 3PO. We all good?
It took a little longer than expected. Whatever else he's had in his system before has given him quite the tolerance level.
Looks like it. You must have given him enough sedative to knock out a Galactabeast.
Really?
What?
That's a little obscure.
Really? They had like 45 episodes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Strange. Anyway, let's get to work.
Wow, your apartment's a lot nicer than mine.
All thanks to the remodeling.
Is that a skylight?
Let's try to stay focused here.
Oh, right. So, what'd you think of the episode?
Well, it didn't offend me. Much. There were some signs of genuine effort here. The friendship between the Black and Pink Rangers is developed naturally and tied well into their mutual infatuation with the Yellow Ranger. The challenge they faced required both strategy and training to be overcome, and the inclusion of the Red Jungle Fury Ranger was fairly well integrated into the story and the lesson of the day. Of course, that lesson of the day was muddled, especially the part where extra superpowers and giant glowing energy animals apparently don't count as weapons. Plus, they seem to invest far too much importance into what amounts to one day's worth of training.
Well, that does sound pretty representative of Jungle Fury. The master-student relationship was kind of the main theme of that season, which was simultaneously its greatest strength in the form of some really enjoyable heroic masters and a really complex villainous subordinate, and its greatest weakness in the form of inconsistently developed ranger pupils and erratically motivated villain overlords. The end result is something of a middle-of-the-road season that was fun and character-driven, but regrettably disrupted by an ill-timed writer's strike during its second act.
Overall, the episode was solidly structured, with some reasonably natural character interactions, and what sounds like a respectable homage to the past. Now, if only it weren't for the more unreasonable character reactions and lack of thematic clarity, then maybe I might have actually enjoyed this one.
Wow, that good, huh?
Ready to go to work?
Let's do this.